love this stuff.
But you know you look like Santa Claus.
Another place I've never been. So welcome. Today we're in the subway, not New York City, in Newark. And we're gonna take a look around, but it's a freezing day out. It's kind of windy, but come on and let's see. We're right in Warren Street. Fun fact here, this subway was built basically where the Morris Canal was. So I'm gonna try to find remnants of that today. So let's go and help me. And today I forgot to bring another battery. But they have these mosaics as a tribute to the canal. If you could see there on the right, that is the canal boat and a mule pulling it. And we'll swing across here. And there's another actually really cool one across the track. It says Morris Canal. We'll actually get to see where that comes up above ground, but this is what it looks like in here. This is a weekday. It's around 10 in the morning. It's not that busy. We're figuring maybe the students aren't here yet. We're right near NJIT. Definitely want to wish you a happy new year for 2026. Can you believe it? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Oh wow. This is a blast from the past for me. I actually did some work here. I was on the NJIT campus doing some work. And again, I will tell you, friend, never ever paid attention to anything. Just was kind of like a bee, doing my work and leaving, but I was always fascinated, this is Lock Street, fascinated by this building on the right, this brick building. I believe it's apartments, but just a lot of, pretty interesting. It's such an old building. As the theme is old world. But I've never noticed, you could see this is the subway station here. Just in plain sight, never thought of it, never had a reason to use it, because I guess for better or for worse, maybe worse, we just drive everywhere. And if you're lucky enough to be able to have your own vehicle, that's what you do. But could have just taken, just the way I did today, I could have walked to the train and taken this light rail right here. I didn't have to drive it. And actually back in the day, the traffic was insane. I don't know if it still is. All right, let's find where the train, the subway came above ground. This is New Street and Lock. You can see the Prudential building there. See the field, but if you come right here, this must be somewhat new. This is a little tribute to the Morris Canal. And I'll send a link in the description. There is a really great Zoom or presentation, I should say, about the Morris Canal that was done by the Newark Public Library. All right, what I really want to see, let's walk through here. Oh, and you could see I want you to feel like you're right here with me. It says live wire. That's interesting. All right. But you're looking here at history. This is where the Morris Canal was, and they repurposed it with this Newark Subway. And when you say it's live wire, you can see here. It's funny, there's some old barbed wire here. It's at the turn, I guess, but it's pretty much, someone wants to climb over here, they're gonna do what they want. You may know the answer to this. I'm just walking here and I'm always curious seeing things out of place. Like there's some stone with the mosaic on it, or tiling. What do you think that would have been? So a lovely word here. Now look at this. If you're looking at this definitely older building, hundreds of years old, I would say at minimum. You have it here, and then look, you have this huge, brand new, it's at least less than 10 years old, this parking structure, NJIT, and it's like old meets new. Pretty magnificent tree. It's doing its own thing. There's something very interesting behind it. There's another day. I had to tell myself, you gotta wake up and live. Did not really know what I'm gonna be doing in this adventure, kinda. But check this out. Oh, this is like, oh, we gotta walk and then talk. Oh, all right. Wow. Now, folks, before I turn the camera around, oh wow, I was not expecting this. So I want to tell you, friend, if you ever watch, there's a show, I have daughters, my little one got me to watch a show called Fallout. It's on Amazon. It's included Amazon Prime, I guess. It's very graphic at parts, but it is a really well done show. But this reminds me of a set that could have been in this movie. So get ready for it. I'm going to turn the camera around in a second, but this is wild. I'm going to hold off and telling you what it is because you're going to know what it is if you follow Newark history. I don't even need this talk during this because it's so old. Talk about old world. And one thing I will say, anybody if you could hear my voice here, I don't mean any harm. I'm just coming to explore. But I don't think there's anybody in here right now because this would be a very brutal existence, to say the least. It is freezing. The real feel here is about 10 degrees, and it's got some wind. But if you can guess what this was, some high walls. This is next world. It looks like it's got 3 levels. Man. Wow, I'm just at a loss of words. You know what? I'm gonna leave. There's so much more I'd like to see, but this might be, I think somebody's actually living in here right now. There's someone here. I gotta go. There's someone here. Time to go. I really wanted you to see the jail. I don't want, but you saw a lot of it. It's crazy. Look at that. Just wanted you to see the architecture of it. And if you haven't figured it out, there's ice. It's ice everywhere. Ice. I just can't believe that this is wild. It's not a jail I would have wanted to been in. Not that I want to be in any jail. But look, I mean, you have this jail here, or old jail, and then right across the street you have this brand new infrastructure. And that is like fallout in here. So friend, that's why I gotta tell you, I don't know, it doesn't matter how old you are, young or old, for yourself, for your grandkids, for your kids, your friends, your nieces, your nephews, you gotta wake up and live. I would have loved to see this when I was working here. Maybe it's better I didn't, but this is, it's precarious, although it is something that I think, you know, it takes you back in time. And look again, we're right here. This is the Norfolk Street Station, but look what we have here again. You have old meets new, right near the jail. That's where the canal used to be, and what's left of the jail. Like a moth to a flame with this place. I just want to go in there, but there's people living in there. They're definitely not going to appreciate it. Wow. The mighty tree is seen a lot behind the jail right here. So if you're an NJIT student on campus, you have a whole world of exploration here. Not part of the curriculum, but well, if you ever have a chance to go to school at NJIT, It's a really awesome campus. It's during the holiday right now, so it is extremely dead. I realized that. I saw 1 or 2 students, maybe the far from home. But after seeing the jail, I asked myself, what would be the most logical thing to do next? How about seeing a old orphanage asylum that was built in 1856? Well, that's exactly where we're going. So let's see. In the meantime, look at this beautiful campus, very quiet. And kudos to anybody who was smart enough to go here and get a degree, because this is a really great school. I'm gonna let the camera roll because I got a feeling I'm gonna be asked to leave in a second. I'm just gonna go ahead and go here. Thank you. They don't care. That's good. Because I guess technically this is private property, and I'm not a student. I'm not a student. I look like I might be like maybe an eccentric professor, maybe, or maybe someone who lived over in that old jail. But anyway, no one seems to mind. All right, let's find this orphanage. This is what I love about this. As we walk, look here. It's whoosh, and then you go and you get a sweeping view of the old world there with our favorite buildings, some of them. Let's find the orphanage. We're here, we're about to see this orphanage, but I just bumped into Jeffrey almost literally. But Jeffrey's a nice guy, and he actually was saying it's nice around here, right? It's a little hot, a little cold today.
This is the safest part of Newark.
Yeah. Where would you say would not be the safest? All right, so Jeffrey also reminded me that he lives over here, but you would say that maybe not, don't take the tour over there today, or no?
Well, don't take a tour anywhere else in Newark.
All right.
This is the safest part of Newark because of the schools.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of police presence and a lot of white kids around. To be honest with you, man, yeah, this is the safest part of Newark.
Yeah, well, Jeffrey, I appreciate you stopping to talk to me, and I love to meet people, but I appreciate that sometimes people may not want to be, you know, videoed, but I always ask.
Let me explain something to you. How did you know I was a celebrity?
Oh, you're a celebrity. All right, now we're getting somewhere. What are you going to tell us?
I detail cars.
Oh, yeah?
All around this area, yeah. Everybody knows who I am, man.
So, Jeffrey, you detail cars. I see, this is your stuff,
What's
right?
that, a microphone?
Yeah, just a microphone.
Well, you know what, Mike? Let me tell you something. I got hit by a cab a few years ago. Well, actually 2 years ago. And this ain't nothing when I used to detail that car.
Yeah?
I worked here, yeah. He worked here.
That's a pretty sweet ride, right? A Mustang?
I'm a bad Muslim, man. All right? And I blow my horn real loud. Ain't nothing wrong with talking shit about what you do and backing it up. I back mine up.
I believe you.
Especially black cars. First car was black, so if I can't do no other color car, I could do a black car, right? But you know you look like Santa Claus, man.
I hear that. I get that a lot. Well, Jeffrey, anything else you want to say? Because I'm getting cold. I'm going to go in front of this orphanage here.
No, that's the oldest building on NJIT campus.
Yeah, that's
the main building.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
you look. By the way, you look great with the background.
Shit.
You're looking like the man.
I could look better,
All right.
but unfortunately, it was cold. It's cold today.
It's big.
It is kind of brick. It is kind of bricking out here.
But I'm gonna wish you all the best and happy New Year, Jeffrey.
Same here.
I'm gonna give
you.
him. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for what you did.
No. That's Newark. Jeffrey doing his thing, working, detailing, and then he's gonna head all the way over to his place in that high rise. But he, even off camera, he was like, hey, do me a favor, don't be careful around this part. Just looking out. Look at this, the orphanage, also known as Eberhardt Hall now. Now just think, 1856, orphanage, asylum, from what I understand. What was really going on in here? Orphanage, asylum. And now it's a place to study. course with your own eyes as we get closer. Look at that. And naturally, some of this had to be maintained. You can kind of see, you can tell where the bricks don't always match. So from what I understand, some of the original bricks, we don't even know how to reproduce some of the material. All right, let's go right up to the front door. Let's take a wild, if we could get in here, that would be so awesome. It's locked. It's not a surprise. Look at this view, look at this elevation. New and old. I would love to just live here for like a week. Drink my coffee right there. Right, what do you call that, the crown? The castle, is it a turret? What do you call that? It's just a round. That'd be fantastic. You have this. Have I convinced you yet? You gotta get down here. Unbelievably. You get a feeling. You get a feeling. I don't know how to explain it. Do you know what I'm talking about? You get this feeling of old, like you almost feel like you've been here before. What else could we find? So that's the Warren Street Station, and here is Raymond Boulevard. So when the Morris Canal, when it was done, they converted, basically Raymond Boulevard is the old Morris Canal. So you're looking at it. I'm gonna see if I can get a better vantage point. But yeah, good old Raymond Boulevard was water at one point with horses pulling the canal boats. And evidently, there were some very, very narrow parts. I'm not sure up here, but definitely getting closer to the Passaic. Well, this is a little precarious. I'm walking down Raymond Boulevard. I wanted to give you a better vantage point. Oh, wow. There's like a... That would have been pretty convenient. That ain't open. Because there's a... I noticed there's a walkway here that goes up, and it looked cleared. If you could see behind me, a lot of this is not clear, so I was like slipping. Imagine this was all canal. So now this is Raymond Boulevard going all the way down to Passaic River and the, you know, the dock bridge, Penn Station. I tell you, I don't feel that safe on the sidewalk over here. And there's all kinds of construction happening in NJIT, of course. I love this kind of stuff. Stairway. Where does it go? We're gonna find out. Let's go. Let's see. This is pretty dangerous. Ice. Wow, this is, I love this stuff. There's ice all over my feet, if you could, I'm gonna show you. Good times there for somebody. Love that arch. Stairs. Stuff is pretty solid. And it brings you right up to the street. You see that halo building, or one of them, and look straight down. I don't know if that's Commerce Street, pretty close. And then you're back at NJIT, basically. Here, let me give you a lift so you can see. Business is good. Making more buildings. It's pretty cool that you can take all these shortcuts around here. It's like, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but there was a thing called, it's still a thing called parkour. But, you know, if you're into parkour, you would love this. I wish I was a little bit younger, but I would love to jump from some of these blocks, and it's really cool. What's interesting is, tried to strike up a conversation with some of the people working construction here, and they literally just looked at me. I mean, they didn't hear me. Or they're saying, hey, we're out here working because we kind of have to, and you're just wandering around, but hey, to each his own, right? NJIT is a lot of buildings. All right, so we're gonna try to loop around here. I'm gonna see if I can get back onto Raymond Boulevard. I was gonna take the light rail back, but I figured I'll just walk. There's probably all kinds of stuff to see, like we just saw that crazy staircase. It's great, they have the signage for the Morris Essex Canal right here. Yeah, it's I like that. Another crazy staircase, although it's not as bad and there's a bunch of salt on it. But I'm still holding the banister. Oh God, excuse me. Oh. It's a cool picture. This guy's coming down like a maniac. I just went down into the Washington Street station because I want to see more of these mosaics about the canal. And here comes the train. So, man, I would really love to walk through the tunnels. I'm not going to do that. It's probably extremely dangerous, but I want to see what's really going on in there because it looks very old world, so to speak. But again, this was the original Morris Canal, and yeah. Oh wow! Now you come out of here, and I'm going to do it dramatic. I'm going to flip the camera, and look what you see. Boom! Look at that building. We're still on Raymond. I believe that's on Bank Street in Halsey, but you get a really great view of this building. So this is one of the buildings, if you look at a previous video, I think this was in one of the buildings that was in the cluster of the Prudential buildings that you could see from four corners, but I'll double check. Well, just look up top. Look how ornate. Wish I could get a closer pic of what those ornaments are at the top. If they don't look like griffins from here, or griffins, but. And then Prudential, you know. But take a look here, you can see these are filled in with cinder blocks, this building here. Although, look how close to the ground these, sometimes you find these old world buildings that they have actual windows underground. And then look here, why would a door be, that's kind of odd, right? A door with a ladder. So something interesting going on there. Now think back, this is still Raymond Boulevard. Imagine what it was like when the canal was here and they had buildings and businesses that were like right on the canal for commerce. And here again, that's Halsey Street, and look at that building. It's just like a castle almost. So I figure I'm gonna keep it in the theme of Raymond Boulevard and the Morris Canal. So we're gonna follow the way it would have went all the way back down to Penn Station. And we're just gonna follow it. But yeah, you remember last time right behind me, that's where Denzel Washington was shooting the movie, right off Commerce and Market. Four Corners, very iconic place. And yeah. It might be time for another out there story. There's always stories. This place, Art Gourmet. These are always some kind of health food places. Oh wow, check this out, a little shoe repair. I always get a kick out of these shoe repairs. Tell me in the comments, do you have shoes that you could actually repair? I think I might have one pair that might be able to be repaired. But it's good to know. And Military Park Station, or at least that side, looks very closed. But you know, look at the ornamentation here in this building. This is 1180. This is the back of 1180, or what I know is 1180 from. I knew a young guy I lived in here. He liked it. This is so crazy. I was actually want to get something to eat, but this is amazing. I haven't worked on this street since about 2013, and this is a place, Cafe Airly. Oh man, I wonder if the owner's in here. That's not the owner at the front. Oh, that would have been a blast in the past. That is not him. Did I have anything I would eat in here? Probably. I gotta get back onto Raymond Boulevard. He's not in there. Bummer. Raymond Boulevard still. PSE&G is huge, huge glass building. And then if you went down there, just following the canal, and we're getting to the end of Raymond Boulevard. Crossing over Mulberry Street. I should have did this. Maybe I could. I haven't walked through the gateways in a while. I might do that because that might be more interesting, and I need to eat. Yeah, let's go that way. Whew. All right. Whoa. Gotta have your head on a swivel here. Mainly because just, videoing and walking through the street is not the best idea. Yeah, you get so many great views from being on the ground. It is cold though, and it is windy. But I feel great. I didn't feel great starting out, I feel great now. All right, let's keep going. Can I cross here? I don't have the light. So if you didn't know, you can actually come here on Mulberry and cut through the gateways, and they have a bunch of stores and stuff and places to eat. I haven't been here in like over 10 years. Let's see. How you doing? Oh, wow, they actually kept this up pretty good, unless it's been the same. That's pretty cool. Let me keep the camera on me so I don't make any friends. Oh, my legs are shot. Hello. You want to say hi? Hello. They're waving at me. That was cool. It seems it is the day before a holiday, so it's kind of quiet, and this is a corporate office. Interesting. This is really, really nice. So this is interesting. All Stars project. Looks like a nonprofit maybe. And you have Seton Hall University has a presence here, and then of course everybody knows PBS. There's Agnes Vera Studios. Who knew? I surely didn't. This is pretty wild. This is Gateway 1. I actually worked here. I've told you this a bunch of times, but I worked here, and this is a lot nicer. Why not? So I'm walking through the last tube going into Penn Station again, and there's a place I might get something to eat. Although the one thing I would mention is finding someone to use the facility is challenging. So I'm actually going into Penn Station, which I'm not going to video that, but it is quite an adventure, and not in a good way. So this is right off of Ferry Street, Ironbound Trust Company, which it really looks like they're getting ready. I don't know if they're going to renovate this or going to take it down. I hope they're going to renovate. 7-Eleven? All right, so it's going to be, what's old is going to be new. 7-Eleven, that's kind of wild. Look at this building. I mean, check out all the works. I'm going to show you up here. You never know. You never know. All right, we did pretty good. We were working off of one battery, which I haven't even finished yet, which is great. But my plan is to get out of here to get a 2 o'clock train back home. And it's about 1, and I haven't eaten yet. But I don't know. Let's see what happens. That's Raymond Boulevard behind me, Penn Station. And I'm walking down here probably to reminisce a little bit, but also I don't understand, maybe you could find this, I don't know where the Morris Canal butted up to Passaic, to the Passaic River, but it definitely did. And it's probably through here. Yeah, we're right. So that's Penn Station up there. You could see the window, the tracks. What I'm guessing is that the Morris Canal would have came up really basically parallel to the bridge here. I'm thinking, or right before the FBI building there. I think that's what it is. Yeah, around there. But I want to show you this. I'm kind of reminiscent. If you're new to the channel, go check out this video. I'm going to put it up here in the corner. This was meeting the police on the Passaic in Newark. And actually, I met the police right here. They must have come down here. Actually, they stood on that platform right there. And they called me over. We had a little chat. And it was a great paddle. Got on down there. That was a lot of fun. And done this a couple times. But check out the state of this bridge. I mean, it's steel that has seen some wear. Then look at the foundation. I wish smell had an aesthetic or a visual I would give you. Even though it's cold, it's not that great. I didn't realize I got on here all the way down at Raymond Boulevard. You could still actually access the train station. Usually, I don't remember that being the case, but this is good because I'm going to cut through and try to find some food, and then I'll be close enough to my track. Well, of course, I couldn't help myself. I'd never been over this way. And we're actually pretty much underneath the bridge at Penn Station dock. And I want to take a look-see. Wonder what it's like at night here. But there is a path. See this path? And it looks like you can walk or bicycle. It says Riverfront Park. All right, we'll have to check this out when it's not as punishing out. There she is. All right, one little thing I was going to point out too is as I was walking on this precarious road here, and what I was going to say is probably the Morris Canal, I would imagine, joins here because, well, Raymond Boulevard would be right there. It had to have come up basically here, I'm thinking. If you know better, let me know. But I wanted to show you on the ground here, there's like Belgian stone here that I don't want to fall on it. Yeah, you'll see. Like you could see some of it here. I'm sure it's super old. All right, we gotta get some food. We still haven't eaten. So thanks a lot for coming on this one. Let me know what other types of adventures we could get up to for 2026. And have a happy new year, and all the best to you.